Hey Mario, I really like that air freshener. Bloody realistic. Yeah, it's bloody good, alright. Country air, 4 bales of hay in the back of the truck. Bloody marvellous. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi Pie. Hope you've had a bloody marvellous day. I started the day with a trip to Morrinsville to pick up some hay that I'm going to put on the garden and sort of use in a sort of form of permaculture or return to Eden gardens, sort of under the guidance of Howie or various suggestions and things that he's made. So we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully it will save a wee bit of time and help to bring some sort of unruly ground into order, but we'll just have to see how that went. So I headed off to Morrinsville. I had to get the truck registered and then headed over there, got there. All of the internet and everything in Morrinsville was down, so had real communication difficulties, but we managed to get it all done, and we went round to a particular location and got our 4 bales of hay and brought them on home, and what a lovely smell it was in the truck all the way home. I spent a little bit of time in Morrinsville having a look around and things, but nothing caught my eye in terms of to vlog about at this point, although a few potential things were there. When I came home from Morrinsville, I started to suffer severe cramps in my legs and things, which I really needed to settle down and just have some quiet time. So on the way, I'd stopped in at Countdown and bought some groceries and fruit and things like that. So yeah, I had a mostly fruit today, but yes, I've got these severe cramps, which I believe are related to dehydration. So I've tried to hydrate myself a little bit better. And so once that had all settled down, and it did, I've sort of come right. I decided to put the drone up and have a wee bit of a fly. There's a house going up next door, and the frames arrived and went up today. So I put the drone up, took a photo for my neighbour, who's way down the bottom of the South Island and is actually walking home from there over a period of about 3 or 4 months. So bit of an interesting little story there. Te Aroa, the great New Zealand walk, him and his wife and young girl are doing. So yeah, very interesting story developing there. And so that was pretty much my day then. I did a few bits and bobs, and yeah, well, we'll talk some more about that in the next slide. Once I'd overcome the cramps and things, I was able to get on with a few little bits and bobs. Not as much as I wanted. Wanted to get the hay out of the back of the truck, which didn't happen. But I did manage to mow the back 2 section of the yard and get that done in 4741 steps. I was pretty good. Quite happy with that. Walk around Morrinsville and around the Countdown supermarket, and the weight actually went up, but with the dehydration and some of the other effects of that, I'm expecting it to be down tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. Today's a challenge about Alan Turing, a particularly heroic chap. So if you know a little bit about him or what his story is, put your answer in the comments below the video for a chance not to go on the Hall of Fame. Tartan Snowflake dropped by yesterday and alluded to the answer to this question, and so takes the place on the Hall of Fame. Although Howie also came out directly and said what the answer was and referred to it as the Christ flower, which sort of makes a little bit of sense now that once I heard that. Of course, that it's why it's called the passion fruit, because it reflects the passion of Christ, I guess. Well, that's what I'm picking. I might have to do some research on that, but yes, we'll see what happens there. So yeah, bloody marvellous. Thanks everybody for your support, appreciate it. Look forward to catching up with you. Fuel legit. This has been a maureo presentation. recorded live in our studio at Ngaruawahia, capital of the Waikato district, a district towards the top of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud. We're a little country right at the bottom of the globe, a place where Kiwis live in a paradise we like to call God's own country.